My love for you sets my heart on fire and makes each day of my life so special. Hi, my dear young learners. Reading Compass wish you a happy Valentine's Day. The human heart is not just a vital organ that pumps blood. It is also a universal symbol of love, especially on Valentine's Day. Let's combine science and art today by drawing an anatomically accurate heart with a Valentine's Day twist. Let's cheer up, guys! My dear friends, it is very easy to draw the human heart, the diagram of the human heart. Okay, we know that human heart consists of four chambers. So I will give you one outline, and yes, sometime you will get an idea about how it works. So yes, I will give one outline here. And it will give an idea about where the position of the heart. Okay, here we can see this part is tilted towards the right side and this part is tilted towards the left side. So the base portion of the heart is also always towards the right, and the apex part is always towards the left side. So we know that the human heart is placed in the thoracic cavity, in between the lungs and behind the breastbone. Okay, so yeah, and also the human heart, it is covered with a double membranous sac and it is called pericardium. And we can see it's a double membranous structure. So inside this membrane we can see some pericardial fluid there. So pericardial fluid means the pericardium with this pericardial fluid protects and lubricates the heart. That's the function of both the things, pericardium and the pericardial fluid. Okay, here now we are moving to our diagram of the heart, and we know that the heart consists of four chambers. Okay, this portion is, the upper portion is called auricles, and here we can see two auricles. One, this portion is right and this one is left. So here we can see right atrium, and here it is left atrium or left auricle. Okay, and here we can see the next portion. Here it is, we can draw like this, and this is the left ventricle, and this one is the right ventricle and this one is the left ventricle. Okay, here we can see that the ventricles are, yes, after drawing this also. Okay, now we can give one separation to the this auricle, and here is the interauricular septum, and this one is the interventricular septum. This one is the, okay, it may be vanished sometime, okay, later. Okay, so we can write it as interauricular septum. Okay, then now we can give some partition to our right portion and left portion. Okay, now we can give it like this. And this is called auriculoventricular aperture. Auriculoventricular . Okay, so here this one is also called same name, auriculoventricular aperture. Okay, so the right auricle and the right ventricle is partitioned by auriculoventricular aperture, and the left that means auricle and ventricles are separated by auriculoventricular aperture. Okay, these apertures are guarded by AV valves, that means auriculoventricular valve. In the right portion, it is known as AV valve or tricuspid valve. Okay, because we can see three flasp here, three cusp here. So it is known as tricuspid valve. And here this also guarded by AB valve. So it is called AB valve or bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Okay, mitral valve. Okay, there are three names for the single valve: the AB valve, bicuspid valve, and mitral valve. Okay, now we can say some yes. Now we can talk about the different opening towards the heart and away from the heart. Okay, so we can say from the heart and into the heart. Okay, so we can see some circle here and also here. Okay, this circle denotes the opening of inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. Okay, this one is superior vena cava and this one is inferior vena cava. Okay, here these superior vena cava and inferior vena cava collect deoxygenated blood from different parts of our body. And that means superior vena cava collect deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body and inferior vena cava collect deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body. Okay, I hope this portion is clear to you. Okay, now we can move on to the next opening and it is here. Okay, in right ventricle we can see one circle here and they are also guarded by some kind of valve and it is called semilunar valve. Semilunar valve. Okay, and here it moves to the upper side of the heart and it divides into two branches. And this one is called pulmonary artery. Okay, this opening is guarded by the semilunar valves and it is open to the pulmonary artery. Okay, pulmonary artery means the term pulmonary related with the lungs. So, it carries deoxygenated blood towards the lungs for the gas exchange. Okay, and they want to exchange the carbon dioxide. So, now we can talk about the opening here in left auricle. Okay, we can see one opening there in the left auricle and this is the opening for the pulmonary vein. Okay, pulmonary vein and also we can see one opening here, one circle here and it is also guarded by the same semilunar valves and it opens to the aorta. Okay, open towards the aorta. Okay, this one is the aorta. Okay, this all about our heart, the simple structure of the heart, but we want to talk about, okay, now we can erase this septum. So septum is inside the structure. Okay, there is no any kind of necessary to put that here. Okay, now we can go into more detailed look. So here we can see that the right auricle contains a thin wall compared to the left auricle and altogether the auricles are smaller than the ventricle, and also we can see the thick wall here in this ventricle, and we can also see some kind of papillary muscles in the ventricles. And these papillary muscles give rise to some kind of extension, and it is known as caudate tendina. Caudate tendina. And we can also see here in this left ventricle also. And these projections, these caudate tendina towards the tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. It regulates the position of AV valves. Okay, that means AV valve, the tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. Okay, it helps to retain their position. And these are the things all about the structure of the heart, the internal structure of the heart. I hope you got a better idea about the structure. Okay, and now I am going to give an overall idea about how does the heart work. Here we already said that the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava collect deoxygenated blood from the body parts. At the same time, the pulmonary vein collect the oxygenated blood from the lungs, carry the oxygenated blood from the lungs, and it carries into the left atrium, and at the same time the vena cava collect and transfer the deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. At the time, the atrium get a contraction, okay, due to the pressure of the blood inside it. At that time, the pressure causes the opening of the AV valve. Okay, AV valve, and it opens the AV valve, and here at the time of the pressure rises and the contraction, it's in a systolic state. Okay, at that time the blood enters into the ventricle, both sides the ventricle. Okay, the deoxygenated blood carry the transfer to the right ventricle from the right atrium, and also here the oxygenated blood that carries by the pulmonary vein enters into the left atrium, and it transfer to the left ventricle through the AV valves. At that time the AV valves opens and transfer it. Okay, at that time after the transfer, yes, AV valves is coming back to the position. At that time, okay, while receiving the blood, the four chambers are in a relaxation mode. At that time, the condition is called joint diastole. It's in a relaxation. Okay, after the relaxation, while the blood makes some pressure inside the left ventricle, and it triggers the opening of semilunar valves. Okay, at that time semilunar valves opens, and it allows the entry of the deoxygenated blood towards the pulmonary artery in the right portion, and in the left portion the aorta receives the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle with the help of these semilunar valves, and it carries. Okay, the pulmonary artery takes the deoxygenated blood towards the lungs for the purification. That means for the gaseous exchange. After the gaseous exchange, okay, the same thing happen again. It is collected by the pulmonary vein, and the same thing happens again. And yes, next time at the same time the semilunar valve, the aorta carries the oxygenated blood, and it distributes all around the body parts. Okay, this happens inside the heart, and it is the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart makes cardiac cycle. Okay, and we know that yes, we can count our heartbeat with the help of a stethoscope, or by just simply placing our hands on the chest. Okay, at that time we can hear some kind of sound. It's a kind of lub-dub sound. Okay, that means lub means low pitched, slightly prolonged sound, and it is associated with the closure of AV valves. And we can hear also the dub sound. The dub sound means it's a high pitched and short sound, and it is associated with the closure of semi-lunar valves. And I hope you got an idea with this mechanism of heart and the structure of the heart in a good way. And if you have any doubt further, you can just comment down, and I will help you to understand more about our heart. I wish you all a heartful Valentine's Day again. I hope you are ready to give your heart the best Valentine's Day ever.